Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with another brand new brew review for you guys. Today we are moving back to Spain because I found myself another Mahou Maestra beer. We've already had a Maestra Dunkel, if I'm not mistaken. Last week we had that Barrica, or a while ago we had that Barrica Original. And now we are going back to the Maestra series. Let me take it right here. Maestra Doble Lúpulo, cerveza tostada. Basically, it's a toasted beer, it's an amber beer, and it has a double hop shot, or basically they added hop twice. Now, I could not find a lot of info about this beer. Mahou is very good in telling stories, but also very good in keeping things a secret. So they have this very wide and beautiful website, and all they tell you is that hops, we use hops. Malts, we use several malts. Why, Mahou? Why? But nonetheless, again, as we are used to by Mahou, a beautiful can. I like this pattern in the can in the background. Yeah, no remarks there. This is a 7.5% toasted beer with a bunch of hop, so I am very eager to try this out. I also saw that this got no less than 95 points on the London Beer Awards, whereas Barrica Original, which I already loved, only had 89 points. So this is way up high. And I just noticed that it uses malted barley and maize, or maize, corn. I'd say without further ado, let's just try it out. Now, of course, this weekend is also Modest Beer Festival. I hope I can get some coverage online. I do have my camera ready, or at least a camera ready. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to cover a bit. But if you guys are coming to Modest tomorrow, I will be there. If you recognize me, come say hi. And there are some scoops as well, because Belachelijk Lekker, one of Belgium's largest beer podcasts, is recording a live podcast. That all being said, that is a nice color. Not entirely what I expected. Although, well, it is a tostada, but I expected this to be more brownish, and this is more, let's say, coppery orange, which I really love. This is a beautiful color. Also, the nice matching beige foam, orangey beige, definitely love it. Some medium density bubbles, some tiny bubbles as well, so it's a mixed bunch, but all in all, it looks awesome. Now, I did read that this is a masterly brewed beer, and not just because of the name Maestra, but makes me all the more curious. Nice bubbling going on as well. Ooh. This may not be the scent that I expected, but it is the fragrance that I hoped for. And maybe I should explain myself. But when I hear tostada, I think of toasted malts and grains, of course. But I also think of biscuits, and I think of a bit of toffee or caramel or things like that. But when I hear Doble Lúpulo, or double hop, I also think about bitterness and fruitiness, hoppiness in general. And I got to thinking, how would that combine? And this is more or less what I hoped for. Yeah, it's like slightly bitter, hoppy cookies with some dried fruit. Or not necessarily dried fruit, but maybe fruit confit. So, yeah, smells very nice. Now, I have a bit of a cold, and that is why I'm spending more time on the smelling. Also very, very malty. Smells are very balanced and still going strong with that bubbling. It has some strong but slow, beautiful bubbling going on. Anywho, enough watching and smelling. Let's have a taste. Cheers. Yeah, this does taste as the fragrance suggests, and by that I mean there's not necessarily an initial taste. I immediately get both the bitterness from the hops, yeah, amarga, but also the maltiness, the sweetness of the malts, of the grains. It also has a very rich mouthfeel, and that is probably the combination of that maize and quite a bit of carbon dioxide, but also that bitterness caters to the sides of the tongue, the roof of the mouth, and then that sweetness takes up the whole center. So again, a very balanced beer, and I think this rightfully bears the name Maestra. And I love how the hop really cuts through everything. And it has that slight fruitiness and still has that bit of toffee or cookies. But yeah, it's mainly a bitter, I would even call this a pale ale, if I didn't know better. But if you would give me this in a blind tasting, I would just call this a European pale ale. It has a very English taste to it as well. And I do mean the classic pale ale taste, like a Bass pale ale or John Martin's pale ale. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Also, because of that combination of sweet and bitter, it's very hard to tell, because this is refreshing and thirst quenching, but at the same time not really. And this is very hard to explain and probably very hard to understand without experiencing this yourself. So I would say go out and get yourself one of these, or a crate or a few, because it is most definitely worth trying. Also has a very lovely aftertaste, and the aftertaste really reminds me of a classic bitter dry lager, oddly enough. Yeah, beautiful beer. Scoring, I don't know how to score this, but I would say easily 3.5, maybe even 3.75 out of 5. Yeah, I'm not gonna call this a new favorite or anything, because it's not necessarily my style, but it is a beautifully brewed beer. I think I'm going for the 3.75 here, because it does have that balance between bitter and sweet, and I do love me that bitterness. So yeah, 3.75 it is. Still going strong. Okay, as usual guys, thank you so much for watching, for sticking with me. Again, we had extra subscribers. I don't know where all of you guys are coming from. But everyone, welcome. Thank you so much. 210 already. Wow. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you are visiting Modest Beer Festival in Antwerp at the Koning Brewery, come say hi. I'll probably be there. If I'm not there, I'll be at the Antwerp Brewing Company. But nonetheless, if you guys want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon, you'll get notified whenever I upload something. If you like this video in particular, let me know, hit that thumbs up or leave a comment down below. And the same goes if you have any questions or whatnot. I try to answer them all, or if you have any requests like the Leffe Zomer that I did a while ago, just let me know and I'll look out for it. Yeah, as usual, I'll see you guys again hopefully tomorrow. Cheers.